I want to clarify. I said in the last episode, listen to May, Luke Sullivan original band. Well, I've had sister figures. Like you've been a sister figure, and then like I can't think of anyone else that's been a sister figure. But it's
your sister.
when
I think I know what your new name is actually. It's Lulu Tommy.
Oh, great! That's great. I want that in the public. I want that in the stratosphere of public opinion.
Yeah, sounds good, Lulu.
All right, we're back. We're back after 4 days. 4 days?
I think we were recording like Monday. We said we'd record on Tuesday. It's now Saturday, so it's been a little while.
There's a time gap because I forget what happened, but
we cannot get any rooms at our school to record a podcast.
That was it, and that was hard. And then I went to a monkish state of vocal rest where I didn't talk to anyone. And then, like, everyone in my life who I didn't already text about it thought I was having a mental health crisis.
Okay, I will say it did. You just, like, disappeared, basically, and didn't talk to people. So, yeah, I see why.
Well, yeah, I was, like, because there were a bunch of times where I had to miss class, and then I was just like, oh, Luke's, there's something going on with that guy. No, I did it for love of the game, love of the craft.
Yeah, you were just, like, missing from math class, and I was like, are you just gone? Luke's just gone.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I learned just as much not being in class as I did in class, because that's...
Yeah, I missed school on Friday, and I didn't miss anything. I still haven't emailed my teachers. I probably should.
Were you sick?
No. I'm just, like... I stayed up super late the night before, because I had an order... Yes, I had 2 orders yesterday, but then I was, like, making cookies, and the icing didn't set properly, and basically it was... a cookie disaster, and I stayed up late. My mom was like, okay, you don't have to go to school, but cookies can be stressful, Luke.
I wouldn't know, but who were the orders for?
One was for someone at O'Connell, and then another was for this random person who I found out was like my oldest sister's friend from college, but I had no clue who she was for a while.
But she ordered from you.
Yeah, she did, and it was nice.
So maybe it means your sister's repping you.
Oh yeah, she like posted her story.
That's lovely.
So yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I just got done with Todd Robinson. I have sheet music in the car because
thank you.
I think I do at least. He said to for the gala, which is on February 26th, and if you're an O'Connell student, you should come, and if you're a random person,
are they able to?
I don't know.
I actually don't know how the gala works. Also, I keep saying gala, and then everyone makes fun of me.
Who's making fun of you?
Actually, no. Melanie's saying that too, but then Lucy was making fun of her. So I feel like if I say...
So by the transitive property.
Yeah, no. If I say it, people are going to be like, what? You're not Southern. But also, what if I am Southern secretly?
So the gala, I'm going to...
I know it's an auction. I know that much. I put in an item, so...
I don't know much about it except that Carson and I went to it our sophomore year, and we shouldn't have. Or just to perform, not to bid. Not to bid. I tried running the auctioning off members of men's choir for a day to the person running the gala, and she didn't find it funny. I said, Pablo's a real stud. He's a real killer, and I think that anyone just not even like for a date, but just like have to walk around with you for a day.
Just to be a companion.
Yeah, just to be a companion, and I guess you can't buy friendship. Is what I've learned.
But you can buy coffee. Thank you again.
You're welcome. I brought a coffee for those not in the room, which is
very
everyone.
hyper. It's gonna be great.
Does coffee make you hyper?
I don't really drink coffee.
I was kind of surprised as to why you asked for a cold brew, because that is some caffeine in it.
That probably wasn't a good choice of mine, but that's fine.
Well, you haven't drank all of it. It's
delicious.
You haven't.
Oh no, I will be drinking all of it.
You will be drinking all of it. I don't know how, because I don't drink coffee, or I don't do caffeine, just because I don't need any more energy, I think. Because I have listened now to a portion of the past episode, and apparently I'm comparable to Glee character Rachel Berry. So let's talk about that.
Well, you have to listen to the other part of that, like the... Luke, we don't think you're annoying. We just think you're the fun parts of Rachel. That's what we said, okay?
Well, I
Is this recording omnidirectionally? think so. Okay, cool.
Well,
I just like making him sound right. Anyway, it's fine.
The comparison exists because I don't talk to people for 4 days because of an audition.
It's more like you're very, very into music and you take it seriously. And also, like, I don't know, you're like one of the big people in choir. And I don't know, Madrigals kind of feels like the Glee Club.
Madrigals is a wonderful project that I hope you continue. And we're giving you free range, and you're gonna.
I'm a little scared, to be honest.
I was thinking of it, and you're gonna do wonderful. Do you think you'll have it as like a choir? Do you think you'll have it as like a women's a cappella club? Because those are the two directions.
I think we're gonna go regular choir if we can. I think Sean Wilcox agreed to be in it already, so that's something.
Sean Wilcox is a gem, and I love Sean Wilcox. He is finally coming on Orlando. He wasn't.
He is?
He is.
Okay, that's awesome.
And he's coming in, because there's going to be... Orlando is, for people listening, it is the music trip for all the fine arts kids.
You know how music works and how trips work, so you know how...
Make inferences. And Sean's coming, and then there are going to be two groups that I think are going to be matched in. It's the guys group and the Magical Women's group.
Yeah, the like Melanie, Lucy, me, etc.
Ava Signorelli, I think.
Yeah.
She's in that group too. So let's look at I want to touch on some of the topics just because I'm already running out of thoughts.
Sorry, I'm like, I don't know, I've been awake for a while, but I'm not feeling anything. I have not been doing anything today, so I have no content.
But you set up the podcast.
I did.
That's something. Let's celebrate that.
I made a PB&J.
Was it good?
It was a good PB&J.
Excellent.
Okay, we can go to the notes. I've put in some stuff in here, and I was hoping you wouldn't look at it.
Okay.
Even though it was shared with you, but also...
Okay. No, let's touch on it.
I think we should start with my note, milk is not the enemy.
Okay, so where is this coming from? Where, because...
I want you to guess, honestly.
I want to say that... So Pablo and I have had a long-standing feud, and there in the vocal world, there's a question: is dairy bad for your voice? And
I think I'm drinking it right now, so I'm hoping not.
But you don't. Do you have an aversion to milk? Are you a lactose intolerant person?
Nope.
You're not. That's good.
Are you?
I don't know. I think so. So I'm obviously neurotic about singing. So anything that I think could potentially affect it by even
Rachel.
Even by 1%, I'll flip out about it. So I avoid dairy, and I used to only do it on days where I'm singing, and now I don't do it at all because I assume that I'm always going to be singing at any given moment.
Hey, you are in Madrigals, and we get asked to do a lot of random stuff, so that's kind of fair.
So Pablo says that milk is not the enemy, and I get a text from Pablo, and I want to read this out loud just because it's.
I'm excited. Anyway, when Luke saw that in the notes, he immediately texted me and was like, "I'm gonna kill whoever."
Who said it to you? Who said it to you?
I actually, well, it was Pablo through to Melanie to me. Basically, Melanie and I both got texts. Wait. Anyway, never mind.
Melanie just texted me, actually, funny enough.
Sorry, what?
I'll read this out real quick. Some girls were talking about how annoying the tenors are at their schools, and then almost all the O'Connell girls simultaneously said, "We have one of those." Funnily enough, I might know... I think I might know who they were talking about.
Melanie, oh my gosh. You are the best.
We have a beef, and it's public, and I'm publicizing it.
I love that. Anyway, apparently Pablo listened to the One Direction episode.
He did?
With Melanie and I, and he texted both of us at like 11:49 or something. Well, he said to Melanie something about... I actually don't know. I have no clue what it was, but... Dang it, now I'm blanking. But then he said to me, just like no context or introduction, he just said, "Now I know you called Luke raised by 2 gay parents." And I was like, where is this coming from?
Now I know you... What?
Exactly. That's how I felt too.
Now I know you... Now... I don't know what rate... Oh, okay, so he's saying I got raised by 2 gay parents.
Because we called him Rachel, frankly. Yeah, no, I got that without any context, and I was pretty confused.
So I'll read this out. Pablo said, "You're being irrational, period." And then he texted me five photos of articles, and then he said, Luke, please, how much evidence do you need? It's literally all placebo. You're going crazy. I'm calling you insane the next time you refuse dairy products. As to which I replied, I will not be gaslit by Big Dairy. And then Pablo says, you're gaslighting yourself. And I said, who wrote that? The cows? And then Pablo says, stop this BuzzFeed information. And then Melanie texts me saying, Pablo texted me at 11:59 last night and started talking about how you're terrified of milk.
Yeah, no, this has gone through the whole magicals.
How many people has it gotten through?
Actually, no, it's just Pablo, Melanie, and I. But
so what did Melanie say to you?
I actually don't remember. We were like at lunch, and I wanted to talk more about this, but my mind is drawing a blank. I don't know. All I know is that you apparently hate dairy or something. Okay, does that mean you won't eat it in, like, if it's, like, baked into something or cooked into something? Or just, like, so you don't eat cookies?
No, I don't.
I was going to offer you cookies. Now I can't do that.
Well, I don't know. It's an aversion, and if people want to make the argument that it's reminiscent of obsessive-compulsive disorder, I'm sure they're right.
I will not be offering you cookies. That's fine.
I'm sure they're right. And it, I don't know. Maybe I'll get over it. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
I thought you just, like... So you, like, really don't ever have dairy?
Never. Not,
It's not because you're, like, vegan or anything. It's just... It's because you're Rachel Berry.
I eat meat like nobody's business. I'm a big fan of steaks and chickens and...
I love good steak.
And everything in the farm except... And I'll eat the cow. I'll eat the burger, but I won't eat what comes out of the cow. And I don't know why. I guess I'm a paranoid guy.
Sorry, just the way you're phrasing this. I'll eat the whole farm. I won't eat what comes out of the cow. But...
I don't know. It's odd because that's the reverse of the vegetarian caveat. You know, where it's like they'll eat no animal products except dairy, and then I'll eat exclusively animal products and just not dairy. I don't know.
I mean, I get that. Whenever I don't really, like, perform much for anything. I've just done, like, basically choir. But whenever we'd have something, I'd be like, oh, I should probably not have milk. And then I'd go and eat, like, cereal for breakfast. It's fine. You know? I'll just deal with it.
Maybe it digests, because it hasn't affected your voice. Because you've had like, cookies and stuff, and you sounded great immediately. You know?
What am I eating cookies? But cool.
Like,
thanks.
Like magical rehearsals.
Yeah.
You'll bring puppy chow in, and then everyone will have it.
For a second, I thought you were just like, you always have cookies. And I was like, when was this? I don't know.
Because you'll always bring something for magical rehearsals, I've noticed. And it's very kind, and it brightens the days of the...
Except you wouldn't eat it, because you're like, I think it has dairy.
Well, because... Well, that's out of principle. And, now the world knows. Now that's out in the end... That's that topic.
Okay, sorry, we can move on. That was... Anyway.
It is funny. It is funny because it's just interesting to be like, oh, this kid is, like, wired.
Actually, do you want to choose the next thing from the notes?
Sure.
You wrote down some stuff, but I have some random stuff on there, and I wrote down the last 3 in the past couple days.
Wolverine is an animal or the movie?
Okay, I don't know. I just had this thought the other day. Well, obviously Wolverine is, like, a movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yes. So I always assumed it was, like, how werewolves are just in movies. But then apparently there's also an animal called a Wolverine.
That is true.
Is that true?
That is true.
Why did I not know this?
It's, because...
What is a Wolverine?
Well, I guess the movie must have really taken off if they named an animal after it.
Wait, they did? Okay, I didn't know which came first. This makes me feel a little better.
I'm being facetious.
Dude, okay. I can never tell when you're joking. And I swear I'm not dumb.
Okay, so I'm looking up Wolverine, and then I apologize for that comment. So this is what a Wolverine looks like.
Well, these are my top results.
Well, I know. I got the same results. I had to look up Hugh Jackman, or I had to look up animal. That's animal, not Hugh Jackman. And I think
I should get a Wolverine animal. Okay, it kind of looks like a bear.
It looks like a pet. It looks like
looks like a pet that might eat you, but you know.
It looks like if a bear went on a diet and were like a little bit shorter.
And also maybe also went on like narcotics, but.
He does look a little phased. He looks like something's wrong. He looks like he has an axe to grind, but I think that he's got a good heart.
I think he does, yeah.
I hope so. I really do.
I did not know that was an animal because... Okay, it sounds fake. It does not sound... Okay, no, that's terrifying.
Look at the teeth.
Do you want that as your pet?
I wouldn't mind it. I don't know. I feel like I could change him. I feel like I could fix him.
Kill you in your sleep, but okay.
He might. But if that's how I go, if compassion,
that's how you go.
If compassion is the thing that kills me, so be it.
What was my next thing? Oh yeah, sorry. This is totally random and off topic, but I don't have TikTok, but I do have Instagram, and they have like reels on there. And you know, when I'm bored, I watch them. And I came upon a new Mason Ramsey song, and you know what's scary? But you know who Mason Ramsey is, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard the song too.
Yodeling kid.
Yeah.
He now drives.
He does?
He drives. He's old enough to drive.
So is he your age? He's...
I don't know, like, where he lives, because, like, laws are different. I think he's 15.
I think the universal is 16, right? Is it?
It's 15 in some places,
really?
Which is very young.
I didn't know that.
I still don't drive, so.
Do you have your permit?
I do.
Are you using it?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I want to drive, but... Yeah.
When are you eligible?
You're still my chauffeur for a while.
That's cool. I was
yeah.
Just trying to figure it out.
Just accepting your new title.
I mean, I'm happy to drive. I drive Pablo places, and Pablo's 18.
He is?
Yeah.
I love that.
I drive...
Shout out to Pablo, just in general.
People don't get that that's the best bromance in Men's Choir.
I think it is.
Carson and Luke, also a bromance. Carson and Tommy, also a bromance. Carson Matthew, also a bromance. You know, but Luke and Pablo.
Luke and Pablo.
There's a history there. There's a history.
Yeah, I think Pablo and I are doing a bonus episode because I technically have, like... I think there are a few people I already, like, have, like, we're gonna do episodes, but then Pablo was like, I want to do one too, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna add you as an extra because you're special.
You're special?
No, in a good way, Pablo, you're great.
Well, just because Pablo would say...
Like, you get a special episode. You don't get the regular... Like,
you're a bonus, Pablo.
Exactly.
Everyone else is regular. You're different. Is that what you're saying? Because I respect it. Pablo once said the funniest thing to me about bathrooms. I was looking for a bathroom.
Where's this going?
Well, this was I didn't want to use the one in the math hallway, and Pablo and I were walking together, and I was like, I'm going to Kimmett Hall because Kimmett Hall is the nicer.
It does, but the sinks are broken, basically.
They are. Are they broken in the girls' bathroom? Do you guys have delinquents too?
Actually, no. It's not because of that. It's because like, O'Connell got like a new renovation or whatever, so like there's a new wing. And they got all these fancy sinks, but then the hand dryers don't work and there aren't paper towels. So if you go there, good luck having, no.
I know.
It's a special experience.
A lot of people just don't use it at school.
Really?
Yeah, they just keep it in.
How?
I guess by not drinking water. I don't know.
That's healthy.
I know.
I drink like 2 or 3 of these today.
You do?
Hey, I might drink milk, but I also hydrate, so.
It cancels out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because that's how many liters is that? That's
I think this is 24 ounces, so that's like 3 cups.
Right. Yeah. So we're in the same. Listen. Math is not my strong suit. So that looks like a lot of water. So I'm gonna ballpark it.
Okay.
Let's look at some of the questions.
Wait, where are we going with the?
No, I was just saying.
Sounded like you're about to do some math.
No, I wasn't gonna do some math. I was keeping it off and ballparking it. That's a lot of water.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Would you like to read some questions?
Yes.
I had to screenshot them from Instagram, but thank you for submitting questions. Most of you are Luke's friends, so so thank you.
Well, I'll only read out the ones that clearly don't have any bias. How hard is it being such a handsome, charming, and all-around great guy, Luke? Thank you, Eric Olson.
Thank you, Eric.
Because you did Battle of the Books with Eric.
Oh, I was hoping we would bring this up. I wanted to expose him.
I'm happy to bring it because Eric's a very good friend of mine. I want to make the connection.
I have not spoken to Eric much since 6th grade, but the one time I did talk to him, we were standing in line buying tickets for like homecoming, and he looks down and goes, "Your feet are really small," and I was like, "What?"
Was this recent?
This was October.
And that's the only. Have you two talked since?
I think we like nod in the hallways. That's like it. And then we were like talking a bit because we were like next to each other and we were like, "Yep, Battle of the Books, that happened." And then he looks down and just is like, "Wow, your feet are small." And I was like, "That was normal."
That's a normal thing to say.
That's a normal thing to say.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know. Still been trying to process it.
Conflicted?
Conflicted, definitely. So shout out Eric.
Shout out to Eric Olson, St. John's alum.
Yes.
Is that
yeah.
okay to say?
Sure. Honestly, at this point, whatever. It's fine. People know where I live, I guess, now.
Well, because on the well, it's not close to here. I don't think it is. And
We've said O'Connell about 50 times. So.
We have said O'Connell about 50 times, but O'Connell, people live in like Ashburn and go to O'Connell.
There are people who live in Maryland.
Crazy people.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. I'm sorry, but no, it's not worth that drive.
I don't get it. And they show up. It's always the people that live in Maryland that show up to school and then don't do anything.
Yeah. Okay, how long have you... Okay, I was like, are you just going through my camera?
No, I'm holding it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find another like that.
This
is the Nudge. It's like this app that texts you like random stuff to do in your area. I sent that to my sister.
The Nudge is asking what your relationship status is. The Nudge hitting on you?
I think the Nudge is.
How do you feel about that? Are you feeling intrigued?
I think I'm flattered, but
you'll have to pass.
Refuse.
I don't know. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're worth it. Maybe it's worth like.
Maybe the Nudge is.
I don't know. Maybe give it a shot. There's one about dream roles, and that's one of my favorite questions.
Go ahead.
You first.
I don't know. So you go ahead. I have to think about this.
You could do any of the contemporary stuff on. You could do Zoe and Dear Evan Hansen. Really.
I think I used to have roles I wanted to do, but I'm just like not super into musical theater right now, which I know sounds like heresy, but
going through a drought.
I'm going through a drought. I haven't listened to show tunes except 17 in like months, and I haven't seen anything in a while. Okay, Sophie from Mamma Mia. There we go. Because I don't know, Mamma Mia is just like it's just a fun time. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Time. I'm making a note of that.
Gee, I don't really have dream roles.
No, you have like 50, I'm sure.
Orpheus and Hadestown.
I actually don't know Hadestown.
It's so good.
Wait, there's a song in it called Flowers, right?
Yeah, it's because...
I don't know it, but Todd gave it to me like
I saw that
last week.
I saw it on his piano. It's wonderful. It's a story about the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, and
it's sad.
It's really sad. It's somber.
I don't like anything sad. I don't want it to be like Dear Evan Hansen ends on a hopeful note, but like.
Well, in Dear Evan Hansen, I don't really know how I feel about which Dear Evan Hansen character I am, because I feel like, on a vocal level.
Well, like you're Ben Platt, but also I feel like
I'm too confident for it. I think.
Yeah, like you're not Evan, but you're like the voice part of Evan.
I think that's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
You're not Evan, don't worry, but like, you're Ben Platt. There we go.
I would like to do that maybe, but yes, I would love to do it. That would be a dream come true. I'm lying to myself.
You're like, I have no dream roles. Actually, yes, I will be doing that in 3 years.
Orpheus, Evan Hansen. What else would be nice to do? Those are the only two I can think about. I was talking to the theater director, and she's like, "Oh, so you have the whole, you're good because you have the whole All-American Golden Boy thing going on." I was like, "What does that mean?" The All-American Golden Boy, which is just a compliment. But...
It means you can do like anything.
Thank you.
Anyway, wait, what was I saying? I was gonna say something about musical theater, and it's gone. I don't know. Never mind. Keep going.
Are you doing any musicals this summer? No,
maybe.
You're gonna take a break.
I don't know. I know that there's like a theater in the area. I think it's like BYP. They might be doing something, but they haven't like released anything yet. And also, I might be busy. I might be like out of town for like random times. So.
VYP is great. I did a show with them a year ago.
You did?
I did a radio show.
Was it It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life. I played George Bailey, and it was great.
All-American Golden Boy?
It's a wonderful movie. It's a wonderful show.
Oh my gosh.
I said that, and I didn't realize it was coming out. And then I think I saw...
Luke, in about 13 years, you are going to be popping out so many dad jokes.
My kids are going to be so resentful.
Anyway, that's not like super close to me, and as mentioned before, I don't have a car, so unless I like ride with someone to practices all the time,
It's a lot.
Yeah. Also, okay, I never do anything over the summer, but like this summer I kind of am, because I'm like getting out my wisdom teeth. Super fun.
When are you getting your wisdom teeth?
I don't know.
You should have someone with you to record a video of you, like, what you say.
That'll probably be my sister. But yeah, I also, My oldest sister moved to North Carolina, and I want to visit her. Hopefully alone. That sounds weird, but like I'm gonna try to like take the train down or something.
Where does where do you
Elon? So like yeah, Burlington, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna like try to do that, and I've never been to the beach, so Caroline's friend Mary was like, "Oh, we got to take you." So I think Mary and both my sisters were all gonna like go to a North Carolina beach.
That reminds me of the resentment you have towards being called Mary instead of Mary Claire. Whenever a teacher
it's a true resentment.
calls you Mary, they're like your blood.
They've lost my trust.
They've lost your respect. They've lost because is your first name like on your birth certificate Mary Claire?
Yeah, that's my first name.
Okay, so it's.
I have a middle name that is not Claire, so. Maybe. I understand why some people do like go by first and middle. They're like Marianne or Mary Ellen or whatever. What was that, Vance?
I don't know. I've never heard Mary Ellen. It makes me feel like I'm in an episode of.
It definitely is an old name.
Little House on the Prairie.
It does make me feel Little House on the Prairie. Mary Claire is not Little House on the Prairie name, so just saying that.
Mary Ellen. I'm sorry if your name's Mary Ellen, but.
But it's not.
But it sounds like you have scarlet fever. I have an idea. What if we say the opposite of what people's names are? So give me a question, and I'll say the opposite of what the name is, so we don't get into privacy issues.
Barnes Carson asked.
Barnes Carson asked.
Let's see. Barnes Carson said this, and I don't even know how to read it.
All right. Schmarson M. Barnes. What is the best kind of Wes Montgomery or Wesley Snipes? Do you know who Wes Montgomery is?
No clue. That's why I was like... Who?
He's a jazz musician, and Wesley Snipes is an actor, and obviously, you know who Wesley Snipes is. Well, okay. No. I said that because I didn't want to sound condescending, so that's good that you don't know that, but I just want to make sure.
It's good you don't know. No, I get it.
Yeah. I prefer Wes Montgomery, Carson Barnes, and...
No, Schmarson Schmarns.
Schmarson Barnes, sorry. I'm really bad at this.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to just, like, come around.
Alexander Wan asked, do you listen to any podcasts? That's
I have
for you.
said this multiple times because I am obsessed with this, but yes, I do.
What podcasts?
Ghost Runners podcast. I'm trying to figure out if I can, like, say it enough times that I can, like, tag them in a post and eventually have them listen.
If you you can make a clip of it and then tag them.
I could. Hi, Jake and Brad. I love them. Meeting them is on my bucket list.
You should be on their podcast.
I would love that. They're little big. Oh, it's F12, which is this like big event they're doing. They're like they're not like an actual like big podcast, but they have like enough fans that they're doing an event. It's in Kansas City tonight, and I'm very sad I'm not going to be able to be there. But I was also like, because it's in Kansas City.
Take a train.
20-hour road trip.
What are you doing?
Go.
What are you doing that's so important you can't be in Kansas City?
Anyway, I love Jake and Brad and the Ghost Runners, and that's kind of what I'm modeling this podcast after.
How so?
Basically that it doesn't have structure. And that it's more like conversational, hopefully, and...
It is very conversational. We've talked about it. We want to help people with marital issues, and this needs to be...
Yeah, if you're having marital issues, we are the best people to solve that, because we are obviously very experienced.
I've been married many times. I can tell you exactly what to do.
Yeah. Luke, I think you just found our quote for the episode.
It was that or Latin America. You can have two.
I was thinking about that. I think this one's going to have a lot of posts.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Luke, how are you so hot and successful? This one comes from my good friend.
Wait. What's their name?
It's not very, but it comes from my friend, Meg Groleski. Don't switch the consonants. Luke, how are you so hot and successful? These are real questions. My friends, it's kind of trendy. It's kind of in to be attracted to Luke Sullivan right now. If you're a guy at my school.
Thank you, Meg.
I'm getting a lot of those kind of questions, and I don't know. I wish I could synthesize it for you, but.
Well, I was excited because I was getting all these questions, and they're all just like, "Luke, how are you so handsome?" And I was like, "Thank you for the question."
What is the meaning of life to you? From Joan Oames. What is it to you?
Wait, actually, who was that from?
Joan Oames.
I don't know who that is.
I went to 3rd grade with him.
Oh, nice.
And I ran into him at Ballston, and then
reconnect.
Not really. We've talked like
sorry, Owen.
We've talked like twice. I mean,
I hope you're listening to this though, Owen. We love you, and
I mean, I would like to get to know him, but
send in your marital problems and we'll solve them.
Yet. Please get married. Everyone who's listening to it, get married.
Get married.
Have it fail. From a utility.
Oh, that's where we're going. We want you to fail your marriage.
Well, because if you're doing well at your marriage, right, the podcast can't stay running.
I think we need to rebrand as a marriage advice podcast.
Marriage advice podcast?
We are the best people to talk about this.
I am not, I don't know. Pablo's better with relationship. No, Pablo's... There are people that are good at relationship advice, and I don't know who they are. But
I feel like you have good stuff.
I'm trying to think of the things I've said.
Life advice on a plate.
Joshua Bassett, how well do you know him?
Are you on a personal, like a first name basis with him? Yeah, like how well do you know him? Just kidding, no, but like, I'm
So the Joshua Bassett thing that I think Mary Claire's written down is, I was at a conference in Norfolk, and that's how you say it. That is how you say it.
I know, wait. I don't know where you're going with this is all.
Well, the Joshua Bassett...
Oh, that's not what I was talking about, but I'd love to hear these. Yes.
So, I am a thin man with long black hair, and I sing, right? And I'm relatively tall, kind of. I like to think so. And,
okay, you said long hair, and I feel like that's giving the wrong impression. He does not have long hair.
I don't know. I guess
maybe it's long for like guys' hair, but he does not have like... Everyone knows Luke. It's fine.
I'm trying to think, because...
When you say long hair, I think like my hair.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to think of who else has hair similar to my length.
Joshua Bassett.
It's at that length. And a few people.
Multiple people. Numerous people.
Multiple people did say that I looked like Joshua Bassett. However, I disagreed with it, and I think that they were just saying that.
Because remember, it's trendy to be attracted to Luke.
It's trendy to be attracted to Luke Sullivan. And I don't want to...
You got hit on.
I did get hit on, and I didn't really know how to handle it. And I don't really think I said anything. I think I was just like, thank you so much. And then I pretended like it didn't... I pretended like it didn't matter. Or I don't really know why I did that. I think it was just like... I don't know. I don't think it was worth it. I got a text from my counselor. My school counselor. And it was interesting. It was... I didn't really know how to react to it.
I don't really know how to react, but also I've never been called Joshua Bassett, so...
I mean, have people ever awkwardly hit on you in like a...
Not really.
Any stories?
I did get hit on by an 11-year-old in a CVS, but that's a story for another day.
Were you 11?
Nope.
Why can't the story be... Doctor.
I don't really know how to, like... I don't know, that's kind of it, actually. It's not really a story for another day. It's a story of... in an aisle, and this person comes up to me and is like, "You're really pretty," and I was like, "Thanks."
How old are you?
This was like this summer.
This summer?
16.
Were you flattered? No.
I don't know.
Flattered? I don't know. At least you know. No, that's.
I mean, I think I would. If someone complimented me, that's fine. Hitting on a girl is different.
Hitting on a girl in public is bad form. Yeah,
no. Complimenting a girl or flirting with a girl you like, that's one thing. But, like, you know, if you're an 11-year-old, don't hit on me. It's weird.
That is weird. And that's not cool.
Also, if you're older than me, it's also a little creepy.
It needs to be right in the range.
If you could describe it as hitting on someone, probably don't do it.
Well, at
least to me.
If that's the way you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about it from, like, a poacher perspective.
Yeah.
That is a really good point.
Yeah. Especially if you're 11.
Especially if you're 11.
You know what? I was flattered. I'm just also a little creeped out.
That's always how it goes. That's usually the combination of, like, any compliment you get from a random person in public.
Is that how you felt about the Joshua Bassett situation?
I think that because not to be... That stuff does happen to me sometimes, and I appreciate it, and I'm grateful for it. I think that it's more of a newer thing than it has been, like, in the past, you know, like...
So you didn't get hit on when you were 12 either? Whoa!
I didn't, and I feel like I'm missing out. So, with getting hit on choir stuff, because everyone there, like, it seems like it's always their first time hitting on someone. And they're just
I don't think I've ever hit on someone.
I don't think I have either.
That's probably good, Luke.
I like to think so. I like to think so. I don't really think that
I'd say Luke is a pretty respectful guy. If he liked someone, he would not hit on them.
I think so. What I would do is I would silently.
You just stare at them until they call you Joshua Bassett, right?
I would just stare at a wall, looking stoic, until they're like, "You're such a handsome guy." Let's see that jawline.
Luke, how are you so handsome?
And they would ask that question.
Can I have marriage advice?
Then I would respond in one word, "Thanks." And then years down the road, I meet them again. I have 2 words.
I wish this were a video podcast because your look was just that. Thanks.
I think a video segment could help.
Would you like to do that?
I think for a future. I think for future episodes.
I do not have a tripod, so I don't know how that would work until then.
I do.
You do?
Of course I do.
Are you just gonna stalk all my podcast stuff? Because we're using Luke's microphone still, and I'll eventually get a new one. But like,
if it works, you are welcome to use it for like. Honestly, if you want to keep it, you're welcome to keep it.
I'm not gonna keep your microphone. Don't worry.
Okay, but you're welcome to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk about, you worked at an ice cream shop that I won't name, just because there's, I think, one of them, but...
Yeah, not a chain.
The working in food service, what was it like? Because I hated it. That's very funny. That is very funny.
That was good.
That's okay. Soundbiteable. That's very funny.
Yes, okay, that worked.
What was it?
Unplanned.
There's no script here. What was it like? Why did you hate it specifically?
Yes. I don't know. Like, it was, like I said, it wasn't a chain, so they, didn't have a ton of extra money to, like, pay us super well. So I was getting, like, basically minimum wage, which was before the pay raise, so it was not a lot. And it was just boring and, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm an introvert or an extrovert, but I don't really like just taking strangers as orders. It just feels weird, I guess.
I think, because we've talked about the introvert extrovert, and you don't really like being called an introvert, just because.
Well, yeah, because people think I'm quiet at school, and I'm like, sometimes I'm just like tired or busy. Sometimes I just don't like the person talking. Just kidding, no. But sometimes it's like random people. I'm like, I don't know you. I don't want to talk to you.
I've noticed that when I randomly come up to you and start asking you questions that you don't know me, you're kind of off guard. What's up with that? Are you some kind of freak? I said something that I had to edit out.
There are multiple times we've done that. It's okay.
That's to be expected.
We're actually telling juicy secrets now.
We're telling important things that we can't say on the podcast.
Guys, you can't hear it.
Yeah, you guys can't hear it because it's so personal.
What's our super dark secret, Luke?
Pablo is actually half horse.
Pablo the centaur.
Pablo's a centaur. Have you ever seen the bottom half of his body? I haven't.
I'm so sorry, Pablo. You just keep getting the bad ends of these things.
I was in the car with Pablo last night, and we went to see the new Johnny Knoxville Steve-O movie. Can I say that on the podcast?
Sure.
It's Jackass Forever, and I just didn't know whether that was on the table.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can always bleep stuff out.
I'm using it editorially, which is
yeah.
So we saw that, and it was so stupid. And it had a Machine Gun Kelly in it. And it had a bunch of... It's just a bunch of...
Okay, listen. Machine Gun Kelly is someone who I still don't know who they are. I know that that's a person, and there's so many people like that where it's like Demi Lovato. She's a person. I cannot tell you what she looks like.
Well, Demi Lovato... Okay, I had to watch her.
That's just my most recent example.
I have to watch her. Demi Lovato... I haven't seen a lot of new music from Demi Lovato. And I think
don't know who she is.
She's made some good music. And she was on Sonic the Chance. Were you a Disney Channel or were you a Nickelodeon child? What were you raised on?
I was a SpongeBob child, but I was not allowed to watch Nick at Night or Disney Channel because
that's they got some messed up stuff going on there. Probably I wouldn't be. So
I thought it was like my guilty pleasure as a 7-year-old watching Jessie when no one knew. I'm revealing my sketchy past, guys.
One of my favorite tweets that I saw is every pleasure is a guilty pleasure if you're Catholic. Which is...
Wait, actually, that reminds me.
Go ahead.
You said tweets.
Oh! Okay, segue.
I don't have Twitter, so I haven't been able to look up yours, but I know it exists, and I might create a Twitter account just so I can find it.
I'll open up.
Oh, yes!
We're supposed to.
Oh my gosh, treasure trove.
I delete most social medias every once in a while, but I'll read some of the tweets that I found.
Can I
Yes.
read them?
Yes. Of course you can.
Okay.
Let me
Awesome.
pass you my phone.
I'm gonna see if there are any other like quick questions we can cover. Let's see. Actually, I think we got through like all of the questions.
All the cool ones.
What is the deepest film you've seen?
Nemo.
It is deep sea.
So. Yeah, they get pretty low down there. So
do.
Next one.
I was gonna say mine.
I'm being.
I actually have none, but okay, there we go. That's my answer. My favorite movie is probably Clue. So there we go.
Clue?
Yeah, like the board game type thing.
Have you ever watched a movie that like spoke to your soul, or what kind of media do you resonate with most heavily?
Wait, what?
What kind of media are you like in movies or music? Like what?
Music.
What is like this?
Constant music.
What's on their roster right now? The rotation.
Okay, so I talked about this with Melanie last time, but I'm fine, I swear. But like I have a playlist called Cry, and you know, like if you're feeling sad, like music can like just really like, you know, hit like it like the song Driver's License is just a really good song, you know? But then also like I'm gonna open Spotify and just check out what I have. I used to try to limit my playlist so I could like switch between them easily and like keep track of them. Oh, love my little Wi-Fi. I don't know. I kind of need new music. Oh gosh, do you want to take a deep dive into my playlist?
Yes, I would love to take a deep dive into your playlist.
Let's see. These are my playlists. Song of the day. I only have 3 on there, but I saw someone do that and I thought it was cool. Like, gonna just keep that going for a while. This, actually, you know what? You can just scroll and do whatever.
I like watching what other people are listening to. What other people are listening to. Cry, vibing. I'm waiting for teen angst.
Oh yes.
Nah.
I am kind of. It's up there. Kind of proud of that playlist. Just like the name. It's got Olivia Rodrigo somewhere on it. You
have a lot of like monochrome, like this kind of art style albums on here.
I just have a lot of Surfaces lately.
Surfaces. I guess Surfaces does have that.
Teen Angst is up here, I think.
You got a lot of John Mayer on here.
I know like 5 of his songs. I don't like his album Continuum because I have weird memories of it now. But I like some songs on Room for Squares and Sobrock.
What's Sobrock?
It's his latest album.
Is John? You gotta be careful where you're repping John Mayer.
What do you mean?
He dated Taylor Swift, which is
okay. That's the thing. Sorry, Melanie, but I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not like a Taylor Swift hardcore fan or anything. So
people who like.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to find the playlist that's gonna be it, but none of these are embarrassing.
This is probably my weirdest one. It's just a lot of Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Personally, I don't like either. Right? But
dude.
What? It's a good.
Like I said, 13 years or something. You'll just be.
13 years is gonna be a sound that's like, Dad, it's not funny anymore.
But it is funny. It's so funny.
Well, cause I'm perfectly content. I think with jokes, I'm perfectly fine doing it just for me.
I'm glad, Liz.
It's really the
You'll
way.
You'll always have an audience.
I have an audience of one. We can segue into the Twitter from here, actually, because you wanted to open it up. Do you mind if
I should probably quit out of this so it doesn't overload my computer.
Spotify takes up a lot of energy on MacBooks. I didn't know that.
I am so excited to see this. Okay. I don't really know how Twitter works.
So you can just scroll down and see some, because everything here, it's...
Thinking about my 4th grade girlfriend that sent me a Taylor Swift song that reminded her of us. And I replied with Macklemore's Thrift Shop. I don't know anything Macklemore, so... It
was an incredibly annoying song about buying clothes at a thrift shop, and it was everywhere on the radio, and we stopped talking, but we never officially ended things, so happy anniversary.
You still dating?
Happy anniversary if you're still watching. I'm sorry I didn't get you anything. It's where I post my art, and then Francis gave it to the O'Connell Singers, and then Melanie Gregg.
Do you want to...
That one's not written by me.
Yeah, but it's great.
Girl I'm on a date with. Oh my gosh, a spider, kill it. Me, afraid of spiders, but trying to play cool. What if he has a job? I don't know, I think that's funny.
If I was anywhere with you and you did that, I would just... No.
I don't know. I would actually probably wouldn't kill a spider because I respect RESPECT.
Do you want to sing that?
No, not right now. No. Would you like to?
I'm good.
Get a singing segment of the podcast in?
Every so often, I don't like to sing on this podcast, but every so often there would be a point when my sister would like bring up a song and we both kind of like half sing it. We like full sing in the car and stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to sing on here.
I won't let anyone half voice in my car.
Okay, I will say I'm surprised we've never done like carpool karaoke style because I feel like every time I get in your car, I feel like you're just gonna whip out some like show tunes.
I think that's how people feel. I think
that's what I do. That's the only time I listen to show tunes is when I'm in the car with my sister. Like
I have a musical theater playlist. We can open it right now, and it's called Theater Kid Behavior, and it's a photo of me and Guys and Dolls.
That is the most Luke Sullivan thing I've ever seen, and I love that so much.
I look so. I was. Okay. This is funny. This is one of the funniest.
Luke.
So I was when I was a child. I was tested for autism 3 times, back to back, and it wasn't like a regular oh, is something going on here? My parents were like, no, do it again, run it again. There's no way. And from time to time, I think just maybe
I'm screenshotting this.
I slipped past the census, because every time. I'm
saving this to my computer.
I behaved in very odd ways, and I could articulate myself, but I was just very specific. And whenever I was out of traffic light, I thought it was funny. I thought I could make it go green by screaming at it. And that wasn't why they got me tested.
I'm starting a new note, but it's not podcast. It's just things to bring up and tease you about. Getting a fake ID, but everything is the same. It just says I'm 6'2".
My current ID says I'm 6 foot.
I don't know how heights work. So, are you 6 foot?
Close enough.
Okay.
I'm 5'11". I'm exactly 5'11" for anyone else.
I'm 5'4", so I'm going to forever not know heights above my
Are you the shortest person in Madrigals?
Probably. I was going to go make a joke about someone being short, but no one's shorter than me, so...
I'm trying to think of who else is shorter than you.
Okay, you know how there's a whole thing with why do girls care about height with guys, whatever. But the thing is, if there was a guy shorter than me, that would be abnormal almost. Not there's anything wrong.
It would be a statistical anomaly.
That's what I mean. It's at my height, I don't have to worry about that being do I care about height? Because it's everyone's taller than me, so whatever.
I don't also the whole thing about girls caring about height, if you're a short guy and you're going after a girl that doesn't like short guys, find a new girl.
Yeah. I'd never be you're 5'7"? Ew. I literally don't care, but...
because I think if you're a short guy and you're going after someone that's, taller than you, maybe, just maybe, you're going for it because if you're going after people that you expect to reject you because of your height, maybe you're afraid of emotional intimacy. Maybe you're afraid of what will happen when they say yes. So think about that, my short kings.
Think about that.
Think about that. Ponder it.
I think you need to start your own podcast called Short Kings.
Short Kings? it would be stolen valor. Just because I haven't missed... Because all my friends are 6'4", 6'5". Those are generally...
You have tall friends.
I do have very tall friends.
Who are your friends? I don't... Okay, I'm still a little bit intimidated by tall people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I'm short. I'm the average height for women or whatever. But I'm always whenever people are 6 feet, I'm
I'm always with my dogs. I got Eric, I got Luke, I got Jack Trotter, I got Charles, I got
name drop some more.
I'm name dropping. I got Joe Kennedy, I got Andrew Murphy, I mentioned both the Olsons. I got Connor, I got who else do I got? I got
like I said, tall people they don't scare me obviously. I'm not scared of Charles or something because he's tall, but I don't know. People who are tall, I'm just you intimidate me a little bit more than you would if you were shorter.
Well, because it is intimidating, and if they're standing around when you're at a desk, it's I'm trying to come up with names. I got what's his name?
You have a tweet about being 6'5" on here.
Okay. So men will be 6'5" and telling made up stories. All right, tall tales. Time to back it up.
Wow, Wow, you just like predicted your own story, basically.
I did. I said it, and then.
When was that? September 2021.
Hey, come to me if you're looking for a lottery ticket.
Okay, I'm recording again.
Oh, what were we talking about? Caffeine. Nice. That's the second one. The second soundbite.
Nice. It'll just be. I hated it. Caffeine.
Hated it, and then caffeine.
That's just the whole episode.
I would like you could reduce it to that.
I think we could. All we need is like a 5-second episode, you know.
Well, because we touched a lot of marks and we hit the basis of it. But let's go through some because we have a notes page and let's use it.
We do.
Music dash. What is his? What does that mean?
Oh wait, a while ago I was gonna ask you if you listened to Joshua Bassett. That's what I meant. First of all, then we'll get to this.
I like Common Sense quite a lot. I think Common Sense is a lovely song that I liked it a lot back in quarantine.
It's a lovely song that you like.
I like it. So
it's definitely a good song.
Benzoyl peroxide toothbrush. What does it mean?
Well, the morning we first recorded last time. Do you know what benzoyl peroxide is?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have it somewhere in this house, and I was reaching for toothpaste, but reached for that instead, and almost brushed my teeth with benzoyl peroxide. Would have been super fun. Super fun.
I'm confusing with the Arm & Hammer thing, I think. What would it have done to your teeth?
It's like acne medicine.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No.
Are you on acne medicine?
What kind of a question is that?
I don't know, because it could be not you. I don't know. I don't think.
Are you on acne medicine?
Do you use acne medicine?
I don't know if I want to keep this in or not. I don't know. I'm a teenager. Yeah, sometimes I do.
I don't know if benzoyl peroxide is like prescribed.
It's like Neutrogena.
Oh, okay. Okay, that checks out. I mean, I wash my face quite frequently to keep a complexion. Who's your first significant celebrity crush?
I don't know. When I was I think my first one was Cameron Boyce when I was 9 and, Snuck Jesse.
Oh, yeah, he
was my favorite. I loved him. I don't, actually have celebrity crushes, but,
Well, because the older you get, the more you're like, this is ridiculous. Why would I revere? I don't know. Because it seems like...
Yes, but also, I don't know. I also was, slightly in love with, what's his face? Chris Evans. But, everyone was.
Were
you?
I like to... No, I don't think so. Well, I was talking about the acapella club in an audition room once, and someone was like, "How are you straight?"
Wait, acapella club?
Madrigals.
Okay, because we're not acapella. We have Matthew Brown as our literal resident composer. Thank you, Matthew. You are awesome. You are going to be famous one day. Till then, we are not going to call it an acapella group because we are not.
Someone was like, "How are you straight?" And I said, "You know what? I don't know." But it turned out that way, and that was the shape that I was born this way, and it just happens. I do musical theater, and I accept that sometimes people will think that I like men, and that's fine, and I welcome all interpretations of who I am because I know who I am, but
that's good.
It was for a while it was like, no, I'm not gay.
People trying to convince you you're gay, and you're like. No.
Yeah, actually, people.
Really?
Yeah, people were like, you just don't know it yet, and I was like, I
think I know.
I think I do. Yeah, I live here.
I live here. I do kind of. I love that. Sorry, I don't know where to go with that, but.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I try not to be. I think that it was when people were trying to be like welcome yourself. I am, which is why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying who I am.
So you didn't have a crush on Chris Evans?
No, I didn't. But hey man, I'd like to get jacked. I'd like to get jacked like Chris Evans.
Well, I liked him before he was Captain. I was watching Captain America with my sister, and Captain America's this, kind of heroic, but all American, whatever. He's not. Some people love Sebastian Stan or whatever because they're like, whoa, he's so cool. And I just... I loved Chris Evans because he's just, sweet in that movie.
He seems like Sebastian Stan.
He just seems like he believes in chivalry,
Chivalry is good.
Chivalry's definitely a good thing.
I like to think that it's not dead, but I'm not sure. It's definitely on life support.
We'll make it not dead, Okay, once a random person from our math class held the door for me, and I was like, nice. I don't know this person, but he held the door for me, and it, made my day.
It's nice to hold doors for people.
Yeah.
I think that, I think that the whole guys saying that chivalry is dead thing, you're making excuses, pal.
Yeah,
you're the one supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
What?
You just said chivalry is dead.
Well, I'm trying to revive it. I'm
okay, revive it. Are you holding doors for me now?
I'm holding doors for all women now.
Good.
Salute to women.
Magicals are gonna hold you to that
standard. Shout out to women.
You just marched through holding like a literal door. Chivalry.
To women all around on the planet. You hear this? I'm on your team.
Who are you staring at?
I don't know. Like any women that could be walking.
I didn't know if there was someone there.
I'm speaking to the women of the world.
In my living room.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm going to start I'm going to start holding open twice as many doors as I did, and like you might not even be walking through.
I want you to just go around literally carrying a door. Hey, it's chivalry.
And then I'll like put it in front of them.
Put it in front of them, obstruct their path, and then move it.
And then I say, "You're welcome," and then they're like, "I didn't say thank you," and I'm like, "You should."
That's very chivalrous of you.
That's what chivalry is. It's telling people what to do, and it's demanding that you be treated a certain way.
You're welcome.
No, I'm starting the fourth wave of feminism right now. The first wave was the suffragette. The second wave was, I don't know what the second wave was.
I don't know what the waves are, but they were waves.
I know the third wave started in the early 2000s, late 2000s, and then late 20, yeah, and then the second wave was in the 70s, 60s.
I just remembered how we got here. You asked what the music thing was. Now we're not talking about feminism, but not because of music, just because of holding doors.
I think in scatter plots.
I think I do too. Or like, did you ever do those like spider webs in like 3rd grade? Yeah, no, I always try to circle back, but I end up like 18 steps away.
Well, we got to feminism, and we just saw...
I was going to ask what music you listen to. You can answer if you want, you don't have to, but you know.
I listen to a little bit of... I hate when people say that. Oh! Be honest with me.
There's this one person, I kept trying to figure out what they listen to, and they're like, I don't know, and I'm like, stop acting musically superior if you're not going to tell me what you listen to.
You're not better than me. If you listen to One Direction, say it.
I listen to One Direction, and it's basic, but also, I actually do listen to real indie, so I'm cool, okay? My indie playlist, I like changing up the descriptions for my playlists, so if you ever see me, like, listening to something, I likely have changed that description, like, that day. I was looking back at my indie one, and it said, yeah, I'm unique, and I was like, good job, Mary Claire. Good job a month ago, Mary Claire.
I listened to a post... My favorite band currently is a post-punk rock band called Parquet Courts, and they have a wonderful album called Wide Awake. I listened to... Let's go... I listened to The Cure. I listened to The Smiths.
I've heard none of these, so while having unique music taste does not make you superior, good job, Blake.
Thank you.
That's true indie or something.
I listened to Palace. They had a very good album called Sullivan Forever. I listened to a lot of jazz, and I listened to a lot of Panic at the Disco.
I've not been able to get into that.
I'm a big emo rock fan. I'm a big
that fits.
I'm a big early 2000s pop punk fan. And I love Fall Out Boy. I love Panic at the Disco. I love My Chemical Romance. I was a big 21 Pilots fan too. I've seen 21 Pilots 3 times in concert, and
that's awesome.
I've met Fall Out Boy, which is interesting. But that's my genre.
I still think you should listen to Jordy Cersei, because I think you think he's like okay, but like he came out with like some new stuff, and I feel like you're gonna listen to it and be like, oh wait, actually, like
I'm sure you would. I like Jacob Collier too. Wait, continue on your Jordan Cersei pass.
Well, I love him, okay. And I met him, and he signed my shirt that I had bought. That sounds weird. He wasn't like signing my back, but I like bought his merch there, and I was like, will you sign my shirt? And he's like, sure.
Let's see if we can get Jordan Cersei on the pod. Jordan Cersei.
Jordy Cersei.
Jordan Cersei?
No, Jordy.
Jordy
Cersei.
Jordy Cersei, good friend of mine who I know very well.
800,000 listens. Okay, what would actually happen if I asked him to be on my pod though? Like,
the worst thing you could say is no.
Oh, the person who opened for him, William Hinson, I've actually DM'd, and he replied like twice. And I'm seeing him in concert next week with my sister. So
where are you seeing it?
The Pie Shop in DC. He's a lot smaller. He's like successful. So I love you, William Hinson. You're awesome. But like he's not, super big yet. So I'm like, hey, it could happen.
It could happen, and we could get more as the podcast progresses and it blows up and people are listening to episode 4, and then I get in trouble, right? For how many name drops I have. People are showing up to my house.
Do you have any others you want to say real quick? Any name drops that we just need to drop? I think we've mentioned as many people. Have you said Tommy Green yet?
I haven't said Tommy Green. I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna name some of my friends. Bruno Mars.
Big name drop.
President-elect Joe Biden. Just a bunch of guys that I hang out with in my free time. Timothy Chalamet. Guys, last night was fun. We should all go to Buffalo Wild Wings again.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Thank you so much for listening.
Wait, there's one more question.
Wait, there's one more question.
Just what's like something you've been liking or enjoying, or just a shout out you have? I ask this to everyone, so.
What have I been liking, enjoying? Shout out.
Just a shout out.
Shout out to watermelon. Shout out to watermelon.
Shout out to watermelon.
Recently, what I've been doing to take care of myself is I've been going to Safeways and Harris Teeters, and I've been buying like family-sized things of watermelon, and I've been eating them in the parking lots.
Is that what you did today?
That is what I did today.
Luke called me and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna grab some lunch, then I'll head over."
My lunch.
He came over and he was like, "I had some watermelon today."
That was it, and I've never been happier, and I've never been happier than I have been today.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. And recently, like the past year, I've been the happiest guy that I know, and maybe it's, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but watermelon's definitely one of them, and I would recommend it, and I would say you should try it. Just try eating things in parking lots. Find what you like, make it your luxury.
Is that like your guilty pleasure?
Yeah, that.
No, his guilty pleasure is Twitter.
That and smoking.
Yeah.
That
okay.
That and cigarettes.
Yeah. It's a problem. We'll fix it. We'll talk later.
Okay. I mean, next podcast episode is going to be an intervention. So this has been a lovely episode, and I wanted to thank you for having me on here. And
yeah, of course. You'll be back on soon.
I will be back on.
Yeah.
Potentially with that witch Melanie Gregg. I want to emphasize I said WITCH in case audio quality cuts out, but that microphone cost $100. So
yeah, I swear I will buy my own eventually, but yeah, I may end up stealing yours for a little while.
That's quite alright.
Cool. Anyway, yeah, we should probably
say
goodbye. Any last thoughts?
And I have no last thoughts. I think I've drummed it all out.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm crashing now after the caffeine.
Where every high is a low. Every high is a low.
It's been a great episode. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope everyone listening has a wonderful day. And
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.